Now watch this drive.
Welcome back to the Highly Original Podcast. I'm Joe Martino.
And I'm Parker Danks.
And we have lots of stuff to tell you guys. So for one, you're noticing that Parker is not Mike Ianieri. So that's one of the big things. Also, we're on video now. So we're starting a new season of the Highly Original Podcast, and just to give you guys a heads up, Mike's fine. He's great. He and I talked, and we came to the decision that he wanted to step away because he's working on other projects, and we just kind of agreed, like, all right, this might be a good thing for us to bring someone else new. But Mike is doing fine. He's working on his cartoon. Animated series, Public Decency, and he's also working on several other endeavors. I mean, that's Mike. So, yeah. So everything's good. He's not sick. Although he did tell me he wanted me to tell you guys that he died, but I thought that would be a little too dark and frank. So I decided not to. Do that. But that is what he wished for. So. Yeah, I mean, with that, I mean, Parker, I know you've been a guest on the podcast before, but now you're a host. So
Yeah.
give you the opportunity to reintroduce yourself and introduce yourself as a host and not a guest.
Well, first off, Joe, I want to say thank you for inviting me to be your new co-host. I really liked what the Highly Original Podcast did, and to be a co-host on it is an honor. So thank you for having me on. Guys, again, my name is Parker Danks. I am a musician based in Austin, Texas. I also occasionally live in Houston, Texas. I do music, I paint, I draw, I act occasionally. I would consider myself a full-on Renaissance man, and I post a lot of food photos, and I do my thing, and I think this is a new medium for me to reach out to, is because it's a podcast. It gives me a way to talk and express myself verbally, and I am a communications major, so I can put that to use with Joe here today. And so yeah, I'm honored to be here. I can't wait to talk about several topics that we have lined up for you. And yeah, that's my introduction.
Awesome, man. And I was just gonna comment, like, yeah, I do remember I used to get like random pictures of food from you with no.
Yeah. I eventually had to, like, in terms of the food photos, I had to eventually like take a break because I didn't get like hate mail, but there was a few messages that were like, okay, like, we get it, like, you eat. It's like, okay, I'll just.
I wonder if I
I'll
was
just not do anything.
because I would be like, Parker, what is this? And it's just like it's like a video of a lasagna. I was like, what's going on here?
I had a family member that was like, when you went to Europe, you posted food porn, and it was awesome. Like, all the food porn, which that term is a little interesting.
Europe, though, that is,
Yep.
for the audience, that is how Parker and I met, actually.
Yep.
in Rome, and we have not encountered each other in the United States, our homeland, many times. We've feel like we've spent more time in Rome in person together than we ever have here in USA. But
the year of 2022,
yeah,
we got to see each other in Philly and in New York. So we got to see each other twice last year. That was an accomplishment, Joe.
I know, and I will have to come out to Texas because I feel like
you got to come out to Texas.
You've come to the Northeast twice.
Hey, but I'm always, like I said, I'm
to the South. What? All right, is Texas the South?
Yeah, Texas is the South, but it's kind of like its own thing. Like,
Yeah.
Texas might as well be its own country at this point. I mean, it is considered part of the South, but Texas is too prideful to be associated with the deep South. I mean, like, well, Texas is its own thing. We do have an amazing grocery store that my brother actually works at called HEB, and once you go to this grocery store, you will think it is the king of grocery stores. Like, no state can beat this grocery store. And it's like, I mean, dude, they have everything you want. It's a super dome of grocery.
advertise your state is the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other state advertises because of the grocery store.
Well, there we can advertise for several things. We got the rodeo, we got barbecue.
Yeah, all right.
We have music festivals, but I mean, one of my favorite parts of Texas is HEB, and I also love Buc-ee's, which is a big, I almost said big ass, but I'll say it, big ass gas station.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And well, I mean, it's got like over. I might be exaggerating, but it's got like over 50 pumps. Like, it's insane. I think I might be exaggerating. I don't know how many it is, but it's a lot. And they have really good food.
That'll be something that you'll be bringing to this, though, is like Texas references, because up until now, Mike and I are both from the Philadelphia region, so a lot of our references are, from the Delaware Valley, the Philadelphia region. So we're gonna be bringing in some geographic switch ups here.
Switch ups, but we have something in common in terms of geography. We lived in Italy for 3 months together. And we have stories on stories that might be brought up occasionally.
About that before the listeners get irritated. So, I mean, I did become one of those memes, like the study abroad guy who never shuts up about.
Oh yeah, that is me too. I've even had friends send me like meme videos, been like, "This was you when you came back from Europe." Like, look at me in my French hat.
But I mean, we will have plenty of time to get into all that stuff. And, of course, this is just a teaser for you guys just to announce that Parker's coming on. And we're really excited. Well, I mean, I guess I'm really excited. Mike's really excited, too. I mean, he's retiring from the podcast, but he was very excited. So, the podcast community is going to be excited, too, once they get to know you, Parker. So, again, real quick, I just wanted to, before we wrap up, Parker, I want to real quick thank Mike for being my co-host and producing the podcast. I'm actually producing now, guys, so the quality may go down. But yeah, I really want to thank Mike for really helping me and introducing me to these this different production and all this stuff, and agreeing to do a podcast with me. It was really on a whim, and it's been such a great thing in my life. So I'm really thankful to Mike, and I wanted to state that. So with that, Parker, I'm gonna see you in about a week, and we're gonna get started on these this new string of episodes.
Yes, I'm super thrilled. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Mike because I got to finally meet him during my last episode that I was featured on. And Mike, we're going to miss you, man. Hope to see you occasionally. It was good to meet you. And thank you for allowing me to take your spot, man. It's an honor.
All right. So with that, guys, next week we'll see you for a real episode. And with that, take care.
Bye, y'all.
Hey guys, Michael Ioneary here. First things first, I want to thank everybody who tuned into the Highly Original podcast each week and gave me and Joe some really great feedback that really meant the world to us. As you guys may know, I will not be signing on for season 2 of the Highly Original podcast. And as bittersweet as that is to me, I feel, and Joe feels, that the show deserves the best. And we do both love this show. I love this show, and I truly think this show deserves the best. And the attention and the time that I'd be able to give to the show right now, currently, wouldn't be enough, and it wouldn't be what the show and what you guys deserve, because you guys do deserve the best content. So, I'm not going to be signing on for season 2. Right now, I'm working on 2 TV shows. I'm working on a feature film, various scripts, various projects. An ice cream company. Doesn't even make sense. Why am I doing that? I don't know. I like ice cream. What are you going to do? But let me just state one thing, guys. Working with Joe has been one of the highlights of my life because he's so smart, so sophisticated. The content he would come up with, I mean, I loved it. I may not have understood everything at the level that Joe did. I tried my best, But truly, Joe, thank you, man, for doing this with me. You know, it's really been an honor, bro. It's been an honor to make content for all you guys. And P Danks, my man, you guys already know how I feel about the Dank man. Probably one of my favorite musicians. Great guy. And he's going to be the new co-host, as you guys can tell, of the Highly Original Podcast. You're in great hands. P Danks is the guy. Thanks, Parker. Really appreciate it, man. I love the Highly Original Podcast. It's going to be a little surreal, you know, because I would always kind of watch the show from a producer standpoint, but now I get to watch the show, listen to the show as a fan, which I really am, true at heart, which I've been since day one, a fan of the Highly Original Podcast. So before I start getting teary-eyed, guys, I love all you guys. Please be safe. Highly Original Podcast Season 2. Can't wait to see what Joe and P Danks have in store. Guys, stay safe out there as always.